Ladies who have a high libido, how do you handle being constantly horny? I feel super scared shy discussing this, but I am constantly horny and it's like I can't control it. I asked a gyno if it was normal, and she said yes. I've got my ovaries checked and learned that I'm very fertile, even when I'm on my period. I am super horny. It gets even worse when I'm ovulating. I change my undies often to help with the wetness down there, but it gets annoying and stressful. Even in my dating life, it affects me. Like the guy could be talking about endangered species and all I'm thinking about is how he'd look in bed. I even wake up horny in the mornings. I'm very young too, so I oftentimes feel weird and wonder if my lady bits aren't functioning right. Does this happen to anyone else? How do I deal with it? ETA1 Firstly, thanks for all the helpful advice. I just want to be clear that I'm not promoting any of I don't have one by making the post. Nor am I looking for a sugar daddy. Why would I be searching Reddit for one anyway? I'm asking a genuine question that has caused me to make some stupid decisions in my life. That's about it. As for the people who seem to think that I have no life, that's why my sex drive is so high. You're wrong. I'm a full-time student with a shit ton of hobbies, and even when I'm studying, I still get horny. That's the point of me asking the question. How to stop being so horny so that I can be more productive and not let my body dictate how I make decisions. It has always been embarrassing for me, and unless you're in my shoes you won't understand. Especially since I've been shamed for it before. I appreciate those of you who gave constructive feedback. Thanks. 3. ETA2 When I say young, I meant 20, on the verge of turning 21. Not underage. I initially used young because I didn't want to disclose my age. Sorry for the confusion. Problem solved, as you'll be too busy dealing with your inbox melting with creeps deeming you to worry about it. Hope you used a throwaway account. I'd say that's very normal, based on my own experiences. As for dating experiences, I've always had a higher sex drive than any of the guys I've been with. I can happily go 3 or 4 times a day. But they usually do not want to. The exception is my fiancé, who knows that I have a higher sex drive than him. And it doesn't bother him at all. Sometimes he can keep up. Sometimes he'll just play with me if I'm in the mood and he isn't. And sometimes I deal with it on my own. Don't let it get you down. There's nothing wrong with you, just have fun. I'm a huge hornball. Boyfriend says I'm insatiable. He's right, lol. Nothing is wrong with you. We are sexual beings, some of us more than others. For frequent wetness you could use pantaloons so you don't have to change underwear as much. I'm also a high libido woman, married to a low libido man. Whenever I'm feeling frisky and he's not available or not in the mood, I just masturbate. Woman shrugging. If you don't have any already, toys are a good way to mix it up. Sound like my wife, lol. The woman is absolutely unhinged. I love her so much. Tears of joy, tears of joy. As a dude who could jerk off 4 to 5 times a day no problem, I always wondered if there were women counterparts. I guess there are. IDKY no one has mentioned this yet in comments. But high libido is a sign of great health. But I must also tell you that it won't be like this forever. As you age, your libido would typically decline. Can I suggest you to make the most of it safely and also invest in your body health because it seems to be in its healthiest state. RN. Workout. Eat good and nourish. Cheers. Girl. I am almost 50 and still masturbate at least twice a day most days. And have sex as often as possible. I've always been like that. 2. You're normal and healthy. And so are people with lower libidos. Normal is a really wide range. I buy toys and deal with it. Absolutely use and abuse a vibrator. If I don't, I feel like I'm absolutely harassing my boyfriend. Why do I feel like this is bait throughout the horny girls and flood their DMs? I have an extremely high libido. When I was in my 20s, literally nothing could satisfy me. In my 30s, it has gone down a little and I am easier to satisfy. Men would always comment how wet and ready I was. It used to embarrass me, but now I understand it's kind of hot. X200B. Do you possibly have ADHD? Well, you are on Reddit. If that doesn't dry you up down there, then nothing will. I slept around for a while, then decided to cut that shit out and buy some good toys, lol. I have a good sex partner, but I only see him like once a week and that is not enough. Rolling on the floor laughing. I masturbate a lot. Shower massage. Back in the day I called mine Steve. If it's super high, like you are thinking about this when you really want to be focused on other things and it gets annoying. Have your testosterone checked. Hormonal balance may be off and high T can come with other effects you may not want. Otherwise, find a partner who wants it like you do and have fun. Well, I have the same problem and sports help pretty good. Or just get depression, it will turn you off for sure. OFC, it's a joke but the real one. Get a vibrator. And a fuck buddy, possibly more. Bought myself my first vibrator this year. Had helped tremendously. Checking to see if my wife was in here. Don't see her. She finger blasts herself every day until I'm ready. Which is usually 2 or 3 days after the other initial transaction. If I could turn mine up, I would in a heartbeat. I've also bought her quite a few toys to enjoy herself with, cause I know I'd never be able to keep up. This is completely normal. It can be for varying reasons, good or bad. But the high libido itself isn't necessarily bad or unnatural. As someone with a high libido as well, it can definitely be stressful or annoying. But a lot of people will grow out of it with time or learn how to handle it. Long story short, you'll be alright. Find out what works for you when it comes to keeping it under control. And you'll be fine. How old are you? Sounds like me in my 20s. Melting face. Now that I'm a bunch older, it's more manageable, but I'm still way above the men I've dated sex drive wise. Always been very healthy and have had high fertility, which resulted in my wonderful kids. There will always be above and beyond the average libido. I'm above and sounds like you are too. But it doesn't mean anything is broken at all. So, what does very fertile mean? Do you ovulate more than 1 egg a month? I'm throwing the BS flag. Toys sex usually help with the horny. LMAO, you're lucky. My libido great decreased after some health issues. Just have fun, dude. It's like asking what to do with a good mood. Enjoy, lol. I myself have a high libido. I have never seen it as faulty. My husband is very pleased because of it. See it as a blessing. Many men would consider themselves lucky with a woman that likes sex just as much as you. Stay as you are. And next to sex there is also masturbation. Grin. Have a nice life with your healthy libido. Thumbs up. I know I am smiling face. I actually find it hardest on first dates. I want to jump into bed so fast, but no, it's not going to feel good. Masturbate. Find sexual outlets that aren't men. I created content for Argon Wild Audio and it really helps give me an outlet for the feelings.